Hi children, Unit 1 Communication Skills. So we are going to continue with session 2, verbal and non-verbal communication, and today we are going to see about non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. It's also called as manual language and is the process of sending and receiving messages without using words, either spoken or written. Similar to the way that utilizing emphasizes written language, non-verbal behavior may emphasize parts of a verbal message. So, a non-verbal communication is a communication which does not use any words or sounds to convey our messages. Instead, our body language, facial expression, hand movements, gestures, and general behavior send a message. Examples of non-verbal communication include a smile, a wink, or a wave. All of these communicate something without the use of oral or written language. It also includes messages which are intentional or unintentional. For example, you are upset about something even if you do not say anything about it. Your mother can tell that you are upset. So now the types of non-verbal communication. This can also be called as the components of non-verbal communication. Eye contact, facial expression, gestures, posture and body orientation, body language, space and distance, proximity, paralinguistic, humor, touch, silence, personal appearance, symbol and visual communication. So let's see one by one. Eye contact, an important channel of interpersonal communication that helps to regulate the flow of communication, and it signals interest in others. Furthermore, eye contact with audience increases the speaker's credibility. Facial expression. Face is an important communicator. It is commonly said that the face is the index of the mind. It expresses the type of emotions or the feelings. Let it be joy, love, interest, sorrow, anger, annoyance, confusion, enthusiasm, fear, hatred, surprise, and uncertainty. Facial expression are indicated through the mouth, open, wide or closed, eyelids raised or lowered, nose wrinkled or relaxed, cheeks drawn up or back, and the forehead lowered or raised. Gestures. If you fail to gesture while speaking, you may be perceived as boring, stiff, and unanimated. A lively and animated style captures receivers' attention, makes the material more interesting, facilitates learning, and provides a bit of entertainment. Head nods, a form of gestures, communicate positive reinforcement and indicate that you are listening. Gestures are movements of the arms, legs, hands and head. For example, in Europe, raising thumb is used to convey that someone has done something excellent, while in Bangladesh, the same gesture means something idiotic. Posture and body orientation. You communicate numerous messages by the way you walk, talk, stand and sit. Standing erect but not rigid and leaning slightly forward communicates to students that you are approachable, receptive and friendly. Furthermore, interpersonal closeness results when you and your students face each other. Speaking with your back turned or looking at the floor or ceiling should be avoided. It communicates disinterest to your class. Body language is another widely recognized form of non-verbal communication. Body movements can convey meanings and messages. Body language may take two forms: unconscious movements and consciously controlled movements. Unconscious movements and consciously controlled movements. For example, when a person is bored, he may gaze around the room rather than look at the speaker, or he may shift positions frequently. When a person is nervous, he may bite his nails or mash hair. These are usually made unconsciously. On the other hand, leaning forward towards the speaker to express interest is the case of conscious body movements. Space and distance. Space and distance are significant non-verbal tools in the case of organizational communication. A spacious, well-decorated room indicates a person's position in the organization. It tells about his hierarchy, and external people get a message about its importance and authority only by visiting his room. Distance is another communication tool which expresses the degree of intimacy and individual acceptance. Proximity. Cultural norms dictate a comfortable distance for interaction. You should look for signals of discomfort caused by invading student space. Some of these are rocking, leg swinging, tapping, gaze aversion. Typically in large college classes, space invasion is not a problem. This is usually too much distance. To counteract this, move around the classroom to increase interaction with each other. So, paralinguistics. This facet of non-verbal communication includes vocal elements such as tone, pitch, rhythm, timbre, loudness, and inflection. Touch is widely used form of non-verbal communication tool. By touching, one can express a wide range of emotions. However, accepted modes of touch vary depending upon the gender, age, relative status, intimacy, and cultural background of the person. For example, in the context of our culture, when one touches you from the back of the examination hall, your understanding is that he wants to know something. Silence. Silence is a powerful tool for communication. It may have a positive or negative meaning. In a classroom, silence indicates that students are listening carefully and attentively. In the same way, through silence, one can communicate his lack of interest or a failure to understand. For example, silence often indicates that a person receiving instruction does not understand the action required, or sometimes silence indicates consent. Personal appearance. So appearance is also important. It includes dress, hair, jewelry, makeup, belt buckles, and so on. So it indicates the degree of importance or interest a person conveys to an occasion. Through uniform, we can identify a student, a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer. In an organization, one's dress is keenly observed to see whether it conforms to accept standards of appearance. As an example, workers may wear different clothes when they are on strike than they do when they are working. Symbol. Symbol is something that represents an idea, a physical entity, or a process but is distinct from it. The purpose of a symbol is to communicate meaning. For example, a red octagon may be a symbol for stop. On a map, a picture of a tent might represent a campsite. Numerals are symbols for numbers. Personal names are symbols representing individuals. A red rose symbolizes love and compassion. Visual communication. This occurs using any visual aid. It is a communication that occurs through facial expression, personal appearance, gesture, posture, printed picture, sign, signal, symbol, map, poster, slide, chart, diagram, graph. These are called as visual communication. For example, to indicate danger, we use red sign to mean dangerous. We use a skull placed between two pieces of bone put in crosswise fashion to indicate no smoking. For no smoking, we use an image showing a lighted cigarette with a cross mark on it.